Okay, I'll take you off. Join. All right. Okay. Okay, class. Is there any question you want to ask about our previous chapter, chapter 3? I think we finished all the what we call the theory side. Practical side, we wait until you all come back to school. But theory side, okay. So you can open your workbook. Make sure you finish all the workbook starting from page 26. Okay. 27, 28, 29, 30, except for 31. 31, there is no, the page 31 is experiment. We try to do it when the school reopen. And then there is, I think there is one compulsory experiment you need to do. If you look at the back, the last pages of your workbook, there are experiment that we call experiment wajib. Experiment wajib 1, page 185. Okay, these are the experiment that we must do in chapter 3. Okay, page 185. Your experiment. These are the experiment we must do in chapter 3 lah. Maybe we can do it later when the school reopen. Okay. Experiment wajib 1 and experiment wajib 2 for chapter number 3 and for chapter 3 nutrition. All right. And then page 33, make sure you finish page 33, 34, and then the exercise, the summative exercise for chapter 3, start page 35 and 36. Do you have any problem with this? Before we start chapter 4, is it okay?
Okay.
Chapter 3? Yes?
Okay.
You may speak, okay, you may speak louder. I can't hear you. Okay. Do you want to, I just asking you lah. Do you want to start the new topic for today or just we start tomorrow actually? Or what? You want to start today? Do you want to rest today? You want a little bit of rest today or what? You want to continue today? Continue,
Can.
Because because I asked you whether you have any problem or not. Or we want to discuss the answer. Okay, because I think I will start chapter number 4 maybe tomorrow. How about that? Because today, tomorrow, and Wednesday and Tuesday, Thursday, because I just want to give you some relief lah from the from the busy work, and not just my subject. I know there are many other subjects you need to do the exercise or else, right? So what do you think?
Also can.
Also can. Very good. So I think because we already finished chapter 3, the practical side of it. Okay, like this. I will continue chapter 4, but only a short topic only. Okay, only a short one. Okay, So I will continue chapter 4, only for short topic. Okay, right. So because I think we do not want to waste any time lah, yeah? Because if the practical side, we can skip it, and then we try to do the practical side when you come back to school. But the theory side, we can finish on the online class. Yeah. Okay. So I want to show you the topic. Yeah. Topic already there. Okay. All right. Where is the table of content? Table of content. Science form 2. Okay. So I will share you the screen right now. Okay, tell me if you can see the screen, my screen sharing.
Can see.
Okay, very good. Thank you for your response, Ziying. Thank you very much. So, okay, we look back at the table of content, right? So in Form 2, we have 4 themes. Themes number 1, maintenance and continuity of life, meaning that you will be learning about living organism. Chapter 1 already finished, diversity of organism. Chapter 2, we already learned about the ecosystem, okay, the energy flow, what we call the food chain and food web, okay. Chapter 3 also we learn about something, the process of our body, the process of digestion, nutrition, okay, classes of food, the importance of balanced diet, human digestive system, and then in Form 2, you already learned the next system in human, that is human digestive system. Okay, human digestive system. Okay, if you still remember in Form 1, you already learned about human reproductive system. Okay, Form 2, digestive system. So this is one of the system that you already learned in Form 2. Okay, and then chapter 4, chapter 4 still in themes number 1. Okay, we are going to learn about what we call by human health. Human health. And then this topic is very related, very related and close to what happened in the world right now. Okay, we are going to learn a bit about these things. You know, with all the pandemic, you know, what is the pandemic? You know, what's the difference between endemic, pandemic, and epidemic? There is a difference, because right now the COVID-19, as you know, already 1 year long. We call it as pandemic. What's the meaning by pandemic? What's the meaning by pandemic? There are 3 types, right? Pandemic, epidemic, and endemic. So we're going to learn about that in a few moments later. All right. So we learn about human health. There are 2 subtopics in chapter number 4. That is number 4.1, the infectious and non-infectious disease. Okay, what are the disease that is infectious and non-infectious, right? And then 4.2, we are going to learn about our body defense, meaning that what is the step or the way that our body can what we call fight these viruses or the bacteria or the diseases that infect us, right? So this is only I won't say it's a very short topic. There are many. I think there are many what we call terms that you need to understand, and then the process that you need to understand. But the subtopic is only 2 for chapter 4, human health, infection 4.1 and 4.2. Okay, right? So this is very interesting topic lah. If you want to pursue you want to become a doctor or whatever in biology side. So this is one of the topic that you need to understand. Okay. Oh, all right, 230. Okay. So the keywords here later lah. Okay, so we start 4.1, infectious and non-infectious diseases. So disease, you know what is disease, right? Disease ni adalah penyakit. Disease is what we call a penyakit, a thing that if we have a disease, we will become very ill, okay, or we become very weak because of the diseases. Okay, there are so many type of disease in this world, but most important thing here, there are infectious and non-infectious disease. So what is meaning by infectious? Okay, infectious mean what? Infectious meaning that it can be spread easily from one to another person, like COVID-19. Okay, we take one of the topic, very hot and sensation topic right now. The pandemic, the disease all over the world. It is one of the what we call by a infectious disease because it can easily spread from one another to others person. Okay, one to one person, okay, 1 to 2%, and then the 2%, okay, maybe infected, maybe can able to infect the disease to another person. Okay, what do you know about the COVID disease? It very infectious disease, yeah. So we can categorize COVID-19 as a infectious disease because how it spread. Who can tell me? How the disease, how the virus, or how the disease spread COVID-19? Anybody?
Show the
COVID-19?
egg.
Yes? Using
Show
what?
the egg.
Okay. Because it spread using because of the what we call using what we call aerosol from our liquid, from the liquid inside the saliva, for example. We call it spread through the liquid, okay, droplets, water droplets. Actually, it was a water droplets. When you cough, when you sneeze, yeah, because the virus is inside the droplets, and then when you sneeze and then when you cough, it will spread through what we call airborne, melalui udara. Very, very, very easy to get infected. Okay, never mind. We go into that later. So you can say that the disease can be classified into two. Okay, one is infectious and one is non-infectious disease. Okay, example of infectious disease is flu, COVID-19, the new virus. All right, and then what else? Commonly flu lah, yeah. For flu is one of the type of infectious disease. So what is the what we call the difference between the infectious and non-infectious? We go one by one. Infectious disease caused by infection of pathogen. You must remember, you must understand the word pathogen. Pathogen. Okay. What is pathogen? Okay, the word pathogen means the microorganism, such as what? If I said microorganism, such as what? Bacteria or virus. This is microorganism that make us sick. That can make us sick. We call it pathogen. We call it pathogen. You must remember, you must realize, not all microorganism and bacteria make us sick. Okay? The microorganism, the bacteria or the virus that doesn't make us sick, we do not call it pathogen. Can you understand this? Boleh faham? When the bacteria, when the germs, or when the virus infect us, and then we get sick, we get very ill, then we call it pathogen. You understand me? Because cause of disease, because of the infection of the bacteria or the viruses. Because there is a bacteria that is good for us. Can you remember the Vitagen? You know, the cultured milk, Vitagen and then Yakult, whatever. Inside that we have bacteria, but we call it good bacteria. Good bacteria, we do not call it pathogen. Pathogen only for bad bacteria. Why we call it bad bacteria? Because it gives us the illness. It gives us sick. Okay. So infectious meaning that infectious disease is caused by infection. Infection meaning it will attack maybe the cell or the body directly. Okay, again, caused by infection of pathogen directly through medium or vector. Okay, later on we go what is medium and what is vector. Okay, for example, COVID-19 easily spread from one to another through a medium. So what is the medium? The medium is the droplets of water, the droplet of liquid, for example, the saliva, ileo. When you are talking, when you are sneezing, and then the water droplets from the saliva is travel from you to another person, and then another person touch it, and then maybe they rub their face or whatever. That's why one of the SOP, you still remember, must social distancing. You know, the COVID-19. One of the SOP, you must remain what we call keep a good distance. How many what is the length of the distance? Minimum social, what we call it, social, not social, physical distancing. Yes, Liao Ying Tong, about 1 meter, right? If more than 1 meter is better. Because why? Because we do not want the medium. The medium here, the medium is our saliva here, saliva, the droplets or the aerosol. We do not want the aerosol travel and then get to you. Okay, it is not an airborne disease. You practical what we call physical distancing, and then you wear mask because we wear mask because we do not want the saliva to travel out, coming out from the mouth and from the nose. Okay, as we are talking or as you sneezing or coughing. All right. Okay. Number one, example of infectious disease. Okay, you must remember this: tuberculosis or TB, flu, ringworm, tinea, leptospirosis, dengue, malaria, and Zika. This is all very, very infectious disease. Okay, meaning that can be transmitted from one individual to another. Can be transmitted through what? For example, COVID, through droplet of water. That is the medium. And then sometimes if the tinea or ringworm through touch. Kalau pegang, you can touch. When you touch the person who have the ringworm or tinea. Tinea and ringworm is one of the skin disease, penyakit kulit. When you touch the person or you share the clothing, you share the clothing with other person, and then if that person has the skin disease, you may also get the same disease because of the medium, touch medium. Okay, and then dengue fever. Dengue by what? What is the medium? Very easy. Dengue. Dengue is, what's the medium? We call it vector. Dengue. Always remind you about the dengue virus, dengue disease here, because by the transmission of the disease is through mosquito, nyamuk. That's why you need to spray during the sundown. Okay, you need to spray just to get rid the mosquito, because the mosquito carry the virus of dengue, right? Malaria and Zika also are carried by the mosquito. Okay, so non-infectious disease, very easy, does not infect, meaning that the virus is not able to infect another person. But what it caused are caused by genetic or lifestyle. For example, very easy, cancer. Cancer is not infectious. Hypertension. Hypertension meaning high blood pressure. Diabetes, asthma, and cardiovascular diseases. heart diseases, because all of the disease here is mainly, for example, diabetes. Yeah, I take one example, diabetes is because of the lifestyle, right? We eat too much sugar, eat too much what we call fat, all right? Okay, and then we have what we call the non-infectious disease, yeah? Asthma, cardiovascular, it is non-infectious. What is the term? What is the meaning of non-infectious? Cannot be transmitted from one individual to another. Is it okay? Can you understand this? Can I continue? If you understand this, we can continue. Zayi,
Can.
very good. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, number two, how the infectious disease is spread. We are focusing on the infectious disease first. Because this is what happened during right now. Okay, very, very unfortunate for us. Not for us only, but all over the world, right? Okay. Number one, you still remember what is pathogen? Yeah, organism that cause disease. Micro, usually the microorganism lah that cause disease. Why we have disease? Why we call it disease? Because disease will make us sick. And then if the disease is not being treated, the person may die. Okay, mungkin akan kematian lah if the penyakit, the disease is not what we call treated. Okay, it said here all virus, some bacteria, protozoa, fungi, and worms are pathogen. This is all virus, meaning that there is no such thing as good virus. But for bacteria, there are a good bacteria. Some of the bacteria is very good for us, but most of the bacteria, maybe it is not good. All right, we call it pathogen. Okay, protozoa, fungi, and worm. Okay, you can try to find the more information about protozoa, fungi, and worm through the internet. I just tell you the general terms only. Okay, understand what is pathogen? Can you understand what is pathogen? Okay, boleh ya? Faham pathogen. Number two, you need to know what is pathogen. Class, okay? Is it okay?
Okay.
1 p.m. Okay, right. So you can see here, people are wearing. I need to wear. Okay, the you know the illustration here. Need to wear a face mask to cover my nose and mouth. If not, other can catch the flu, because flu is one of the disease that can easily spread from one to another person by droplets, by sneezing, droplets from your saliva or from your mucus here. Okay, so how we can prevent the infectious disease like flu? Okay, right. Excuse me. Right. So I continue. Infectious disease are spread by pathogen transmit from an infected person, or we call it host. When one person get infected, it will be called host. Okay, we call it host, the infected person. And then host transmitted from a host to another person through vector and medium. These are how they get the disease, through vector or through medium. We will talk about vector later, but now is medium. What is medium? Okay, medium such as water, air, and contact. You must remember these three medium: water, air, and contact. These are the medium. Medium mean what? The things that carry the disease or the pathogen, okay, from the host to another person. All right, three, either with water, air, and contact. COVID-19. The COVID virus. What medium you think it spread the virus? What medium? Water, air, or contact? High class?
Air.
From air, yeah? Yeah, okay, maybe. Yeah. And
Contact.
then, yes, contact also.
Water.
And then water. Yes. That's why it is very, very, very dangerous. What we call the virus itself, maybe I think, yeah, the disease itself is not too severe because until now, if you see the news, 300,000 people in Malaysia already cured. Dia sudah baik, dia sudah sembuh. But what people scared about the COVID-19 because the transmission rate, the rate of infection is very high. That's what worry us actually. If you see the news, if you read the news, watch the news, we are about 90%. 90%, I think about 80 to 90% person who get the COVID will be cured, will be okay. Okay. The problem is the rate of infection is very high. That's what when the rate of infection are very high and then many people get the disease, what happened? What happened to the hospital? Class, what happened to the hospital when there is too many patients? What happened to the hospital? The hospital will be what? If too many what we call too many patients. The hospital will, what happened to the hospital? Anybody?
Not enough doctor.
Yes, Yan Hao. Not enough bed. The hospital will be overwhelmed. Too many patients, nowhere to get the, to put the patient. That's what scary most of the people. Yeah? The virus maybe the virus itself or the disease itself has a very high cure rate. People are sembuh, mereka ini sembuh daripada penyakit very that what we can 90 or 80 to 90% of people who getting the COVID are cured. But the problem is hospital may be jammed with patient, right? Okay, never mind. I continue. All right, the info sign here you can read for yourself. Okay, there are some info. Right. So medium, yeah. First, we call it an airborne disease. Airborne disease meaning that the pathogen can travel from host to another person by using medium, by using air. By air. All right. So there are two ways, you must remember here, there are two ways airborne disease are transmitted, okay, by droplet transmission and dust transmission. Yeah? Droplets and dust. This is what we call by airborne disease. Okay. COVID-19 usually in droplet transmission. Droplet transmission. COVID, COVID usually droplet transmission. That's why we need to wear mask, right? And then we need to practice physical distancing about 1 meter or more. Droplet transmission. Where do we get the droplet transmission? Because when we talk, when you talk loud, when you sneeze, when you cough, there will be a droplet inside the droplet. Very small droplet. We cannot see the droplet actually. It is just a small droplet coming out from the mouth, contain the virus or contain the pathogen, and then will be infected by another person. Okay, droplet transmission. Okay, pathogen containing droplet spray. We call it spray, droplet spray. Macam spray lah, macam kalau spray air itu kan. That's the way, what we call the condition is like. From the mouth or nose of the infected person through sneezing, coughing, talking, yawning, or breathing. Even as simple as breathing, the droplets can go travel from the mouth and then go to the infected person. If they go to the another person, if that person near us. That's why 2. Always wash your hand, SOP, wear mask, and then physical distancing, because of the droplet transmission. Okay. Number 2 is dust transmission. Bacteria, usually bacteria in the spit or the saliva. Infected person dry up and form spore, which are spread together with the dust in the air. This one is much drier condition lah, yeah. When the bacteria going out, and then it will what we call form a spore. It will divided outside the mouth, and then when somebody pick that or touch that, and then it will enter the body. So this is what we call by dust transmission. But usually in COVID, droplet transmission. That's why you need to wear the mask. Okay, it is for us, not only for us, the safety of ourselves, but also the safety of another person. Okay. All right. Continue. Airborne disease can be prevented by practicing the following ways. Number 1, of course, you cover the mouth. Cover the mouth and nose when sneezing, coughing, or yawning. Use a handkerchief. Or if you do not have handkerchief, you can stop or cover your mouth and nose by using the sleeve of your what we call of your cloth, of your shirt. Just coughing. But right now, many of us compulsory, you must remember, you must always wear mask when you go out, especially when the crowded places like a shop, when you go to shopping, must wear what we call face mask. Don't worry, you can cough inside. If you want to sneeze, you can cough, or you want to cough, you can cough inside the mask. Okay, don't pull it out and then you sneeze. I don't like that lah. And then please remember, 10,000 the denda now, you know. Okay, never mind. Number two, do not spit everywhere. Do not spit everywhere. Okay, and then avoid being in the crowded place. Of course, these are the SOP right now. These are the things that we need to do right now. I already tell you in the textbook already. Okay, and then ensure living place get enough light, as ultraviolet ray can kill the certain microorganism in the air. Okay, certain organism, but not all organism. Okay, by what we call ultraviolet ray, the rays from the sunlight can sometimes kill the organism. How about COVID virus? Can it be killed by sunlight, by what we call ultraviolet ray? Boleh ke tak boleh, you think?
Tak boleh.
Tak boleh, ya. Yes, there is a what we call research about this, yeah. And then they said it cannot be what we call kill. It cannot be killed just by exposing it to the sunlight or ultraviolet ray. Right? Tak boleh sebenarnya. Okay. So, what are the others? What do you think the others, what we call practice, that can we do? It's not shown here, but we can practice we can practice it. What the other, what we call practice you can suggest? Apa lagi boleh buat? Must use what? You still remember one thing?
Hand sanitizer.
Yes, very good. You must have hand sanitizer. Okay, but the best sanitizer is water and soap. Okay, you must always wash your hand using soap for about how many seconds? For about minimum 20 seconds. 20 seconds. You must always, all right, wash your hand with soap. Okay, with soap. That is the best sanitizer. But if you go out and then you cannot wash your hand by soap, you must use hand sanitizer. But not all hand sanitizer are good, because if you want to if you want to kill about 95 or 90% of microorganism, inside the sanitizer must have at least 70% of alcohol or ethanol. There mesti ada alcohol inside. Okay, but the problem is the sanitizer like that is very expensive, very expensive, but it very effective. If you go out, you cannot get the water and soap, so you must buy the sanitizer. But at home, when you go back home from the school, later on from the shop, just practice the hygiene lah. Practice the hygiene, have a shower, shower through your body, and then use soap to wash your hand. Okay, that is the next thing you need to know. Just what we want to kill the disease. We want to reduce the amount of pathogen, okay, by killing the pathogen here. All right. Example of disease that can be spread through air: tuberculosis, flu, severe acute respiratory syndrome or SARS. Okay, actually, the real name of COVID-19, class, I will tell you this. COVID-19 is the name of the disease. Okay, COVID-19 is the name of the disease. Right? So what is the coronavirus is the virus, the name of the virus, we call it coronavirus. Okay, coronavirus. And then the actual name of the disease, we call it SARS-CoV-2. These are the real name, real disease name of the COVID-19, SARS-CoV-2. So, is it a new virus? What do you think? Is it a new virus, you think? COVID-19. COVID-19. New virus or old virus, you think? Okay. Now, what do you think? Here already, the textbook already have SARS, already detect the SARS. It is not a new disease, but the virus itself is the new strain. That's why we call it novel coronavirus. Novel means new virus. New virus. The virus is not new actually. Coronavirus is, people know about coronavirus a very long time ago. But the variant of the virus and the type of the coronavirus that make the, what we call a new disease here. And we already have SARS in 2003, if I'm not mistaken. You can do the further investigation. We have SARS. We already have SARS in 2003. But that virus is not as aggressive as the new SARS right now. The new virus here is what we call a SARS-CoV-2, severe acute respiratory syndrome. Now, CoV-2. The last one is just SARS. So it is not something new. Okay, the disease has been here for a long time, but the strain or the type of virus that infect us right now is from the new one, from the new novel. Novel mean novel coronavirus mean novel, the new type or the new strain of virus. Okay, can you understand this? Right, and then influenza, influenza A, and then chickenpox. Right. Next one, waterborne, as it said, waterborne meaning that the disease infected through water. Okay, sorry, through water. Okay, person would get infected when he drink the contaminated water or the water that contain the water contain the pathogen. When he drink the water, he will get the disease. Okay, this one very easy lah. You can try to read it for yourself. What are the disease? Waterborne, cholera, typhoid, and then amoebic dysentery. Okay. What we call poor hygiene and then you did not, you did not boil the water, okay, because when you boil the water, the pathogen, the microorganism will die. But if you do not boil the water, you just drink the water from any sources, most likely you will be get the disease. Okay, especially in the flood area, must be careful about this. So what is what we call the way? You add chlorine, okay, and then build toilet with good sanitation. Chlorine, we add chlorine in the water because the chlorine is the chemical that can kill microorganism. Okay. Boil the drinking water and then wash hand using soap. These are the practice that we can do to reduce the infection. Okay. Can you get boleh faham? Can understand?
Can.
Okay, good. Now it's 1:18. Never mind. I will finish the medium first. Okay. The medium number 3 is through contact. Contact means what? Touch. Okay. The disease or the pathogen there using contact. For example, the disease ringworm and tinea, and then both diseases are caused by fungi. Okay, these are the tinea. The picture here, you can see the picture here. The tinea, just like a white spot on the skin. White spot on the skin. And then when you scratch it, when you scratch the tinea, and then the white spot become brighter. And then you can see there is what we call some spore, or what we call a bit of like a powder there. Okay. So, very infectious. If you touch the infected skin or wearing the clothes on the infected person, when you're sharing the cloth or sharing the towel, you're sharing the towel, you will get infected by the disease. Okay, tinea or ringworm. Okay, what are the other disease? Syphilis and gonorrhea. Syphilis and gonorrhea can be spread through sexual intercourse. Okay, because sexual intercourse, body to body contact, right? Body to body contact. And then if the person has syphilis and gonorrhea, this is what we call a STD. STD means sexually transmitted disease. Sexually, when you have sexual, one person got the disease, and then you might have the disease. Okay, this is syphilis and gonorrhea, example. And then pathogen of this disease are present in the bodily fluid, such as semen and vaginal fluid. Okay, the pathogen may have in the bodily fluid, in the sweat, in the sperm. You still remember, chapter 3 or chapter 4, reproductive. Still remember, reproductive system. The sperm, the semen, and then the vaginal fluid, everything. If got the disease, then you will get if got the pathogen, sorry, and then you got the pathogen, then you will get the disease. HIV virus, another disease is HIV virus. Cause AIDS, can be transmitted through sexual intercourse, blood, and exposure to syringe sharing among patient and among drug addicts. You can find more information about HIV, AIDS. It's a very, very long disease, and until now they said the AIDS or the HIV got no cure. Still no cure. But it's weird, right? Coronavirus, 1 year you got vaccine. How about AIDS? You can think for yourself. AIDS has been there for many years. I think since the 80s, since the 70s. 30, 40 years ago already got AIDS, but still no cure. But COVID-19, only 1 year, you already got the vaccine. Is it okay? Can you understand me? Why? HIV, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, still no cure. I leave that for you to think about it. Maybe the technology lah. Technology, last time it is not advanced as right now. COVID-19, they produce vaccine only 1 year. they produce the vaccine. You know the vaccine? What is vaccine? Huh? Already get the vaccine, yeah? A vaccine for 18 years and above. You will not get the vaccine. I maybe will get the vaccine lah, but not you. Okay, never mind. And then infectious through disease. This is the last one, all right? Infection disease through vector. You just remember what is vector. Vector is animal that carry the disease. That's all. Okay? Animal that carry disease. For example, what? Okay, we look one by one. We have here cockroach. Cockroach is an animal that carry Salmonella typhi pathogen, and then if we get Salmonella, we'll get sick. Okay? And then how about number 2? Fly also carry Salmonella typhi. This is the pathogen, and then if we get this pathogen, we will get sick. Okay? Aedes mosquito carry dengue virus. Aedes mosquito also carry the Zika virus. Anopheles mosquito carry Plasmodium malaria virus, and then rat carry the leptospirosis bacteria. Can you understand what is vector? You must, understand and then try to identify the vector and pathogen. Yeah. So vector, very easy. Vector is the animal that carry the pathogen, and then if the pathogen infect us, so we can get disease. We can get very sick. How about the cockroach and fly? Do they get disease? For example, the rat here. The rat here get disease or no? Huh? It carried leptospirosis bacteria. The rat get disease or no?
Yes.
The rat also got disease. No, yeah. The rat just a carrier. You must remember, yeah. The fly, the mosquito, the cockroach is just a carrier of the disease, a carrier of the pathogen. When infected to human, then we will have disease. You remember, they said the first they discover the COVID-19. Where the first discover? Can you remember? Last year, December 2019. Not last year lah. On December 2019, the first place where they discover the virus, the coronavirus COVID. Where is it? Di mana?
China.
China, Wuhan.
Yes, in Wuhan, China. Right. They said because usually, maybe I do not know the details. It's from the animal. Actually, the virus is in the animal. What type of animal? You heard the rumor from the bat, from the bats. Okay. And then maybe some of the, I'm not accusing all but some of the weird person, and not only in China, but all over the world actually, they like to eat the exotic food. They like to eat the exotic. Exotic mean what? The wild animal. And then when they kill the bats, the virus, there are the virus inside the bat. But the bat is just a carrier. The bat itself is not having the virus, it's not having the disease. But when the people eat the bat, okay, and then suddenly the virus get into the person, okay, it will infect the person. It will make the person very, very sick. Okay, but I don't know lah, that may be the theory, but the theory that are circulating is like that. Starting from Wuhan in China, there is a big market where the market sell exotic animal. Many type of animal they sell, many kind of animal that weird people, maybe try to eat that. But never mind. That is the theory. From the what we call, from the bats, and then go to the human, and then unfortunately the virus when infect the human, we will become very, very sick. But in bat, nothing happened to bats. Okay, bats, what we call the animal itself is not getting sick, but when get into human, we got very, very sick. Okay, that is you can do try to get the information yourself. All right, so last one. This is the several type of disease, symptom, pathogen, vector, and way of infection. Okay, the one is the type of disease. Number 2 column is the symptom. The pathogen is, this is the pathogen, meaning that the virus or the bacteria that carried by the vector. And then what is the vector? These are the type of animal, and then the way of infection. Okay, you can read it for yourself. If you have any question, you can ask me later on or anytime. Okay. Okay, so very good. Okay, do you have any question? I will stop until stop. I will stop now, yeah. Then we will continue how do vectors spread disease tomorrow. Okay, the next subtopic in 4.1 I will continue tomorrow. All right, any question?
No.
No question, yeah. Okay, so okay, thank you very much. If there is no question, so I think I will end the online class right now. And if I have any what we call exercise, I will tell you on our Telegram group. Okay. So we stop right now. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you very much for your attention. So you can leave the class now. We will be meeting again tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. You can leave the class. Bye bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you. Thank you very much.